Well, I guess it's just me. I was gonna go live with what's her face, but she was having some technical difficulties at the moment. So maybe she'll just join and just be in the chat. But that's okay. I mean, we tried. I'm kind of new to this whole YouTube thing when it comes to inviting people in, but it's all right. I ain't too worried about it. It is what it is. Stuff. I'm just gonna, kind of see if anyone wants to come on and say hi and talk. I don't really seem to understand why she was having problems and why it kept, you know, opening her settings, and I don't know. Technical difficulties, I guess. I don't fucking know. Oh, there you are. I don't know why the fuck it wasn't working. It's weird, man. Maybe later, okay, maybe later after I get off this live stream, you can look it up on your end of how to be invited in. Yeah, because I don't know either, but at least you're here. At least you're in the chat. It's good enough. It's good enough. I'm just trying to wake up and everything of this morning. I'm not sure what to talk about. Yeah, I was going to look it up how to get in. I mean, if you want to do that, you can, and I can just send you a link. I'll just look, go ahead and look it up on Google how to get into an invite when people are going live, like how to go live together, and look up how to join the invite. Look it up on Google. So go ahead and look it up. I'll send you the link so you can don't join the link until you know how to do it. Don't join until you know how to do it. So I'll go ahead and send you the link, but look it up on Google how to do it first. Anyway, she'll be back, guys, after she looks it up on Google. So we'll just wait. I don't really seem to understand why it ain't letting her join. I guess it's just I don't know. But she needs to look it up on Google first on how to get in here. I don't know who's watching right now. I hope it ain't you. I hope you're looking this stuff up on Google first. I hope you didn't join the you click the link yet. Yeah. Yeah, look up the shit first. I guess I'll just wait. I mean, hell, there ain't nothing else to do. So yeah, I'll just wait until she gets all that shit figured out. Yeah, it's fucking shit can be a real hassle. Yeah, I just don't understand this whole YouTube thing. Like I said, if you're still here, look the shit up on Google. Don't come into the chat just yet. Go look the shit up on Google, see how to get in here, and then you can probably go live with me. You're not going to be able to go live with me right now until you look up how to do it. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Austin? How are you doing? What are you up to, man? Oh, we got three people. Yeah, I was watching. You know what I was doing earlier? I was watching some old Triggered. I don't know if you remember this or not. There used to be a podcast called the Triggered Podcast from back in the day. They ran from, I want to say, 2016 to 2018 before they disbanded. Or actually, I think it was 2017. And then they later switched it to Three Sheets Live. It was a YouTuber named Heggy Rants. Oh, you're not doing nothing at the moment? Oh, that's cool. I mean, I understand that. Neither am I. You're 17. I'm 25. I just turned 25 back in February. I'm just waiting on my girlfriend to get in here and stuff so she can join. But yeah, if you've ever heard of Heggy Rants, man, you should definitely check him out. He's really funny. Check out the Triggered podcast on YouTube. He's really funny. He's always talking about this guy named Edward Hubbard that has like this. He's like this dude that's got like a disability. He's like from West Virginia, and he's just not all there and shit. And he feuds with Heggy, and they have this back and forth beef. You know, it's real funny shit. I think you would like it. I know most people on here probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about. It's just YouTuber named Heggy Rants who used to be on YouTube back. He was kind of a well-known, somewhat YouTuber back in the day. I still watch his shit. Like he's got old videos that are re-uploads of videos from the past that he did. He's got like this whole archive of like old videos and shit. I used to watch the guy back when he was shortly coming out and whatnot. He's not on YouTube anymore. You ain't gonna be able to find him now, but you'll be able to find his old videos and shit. Oh, you do? Fuck yeah, man. Hell yeah. You do know who he is. Yeah, he is the shit, man. God, I wish he would come back to YouTube. So yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't think most people would remember him. Yeah, dude, he was the shit back in the day. God, if he was still around now, I would love to do a collab with him. If any of you are able to get a hold of Heggy Rant some way, I want to say he's on Twitch. So if any of y'all have Twitch, tell him the Lonely Ranger would like to do a collab. He definitely should make a comeback on YouTube. He ain't been on YouTube for almost like 7 years, I think. I forgot when he left YouTube. Yeah, hell yeah, man. If you have Twitch, man, like, yo, hit up Haggy and tell him that the Lonely Ranger would like to do a collab with him, if he's willing to make a YouTube comeback. I mean, Lord knows he's been through so many co-hosts. I mean, like I remember back in the day when it was him, Jeff Tutorials, and Tyndall. Then he got rid of yeah, maybe. But if you want me to like go through the whole history arc of like Heggy Rants, I can. Like if you want me to talk about Heggy Rants and how I discovered him back in the day, I don't mind telling you. Like, I want to say, so I used to be a big fan of Angry Grandpa back in the day, and it was through the Angry Grandpa stuff is how I've discovered Heggy Rants, because he used to make videos back in the day talking shit about Kid Behind a Camera and how they were fake and all that. But the main thing that he talked about was that YouTuber. I'm sure you've heard of him as well, McJuggernuggets. He used to talk about McJuggernuggets a lot, and well, McJuggernuggets was a con artist who was notorious for scamming little kids by running this psycho series shit. Um, that he used to do back in the day. I never watched McJuggernuggets, but I was familiar with McJuggernuggets because McJuggernuggets was talked about often a lot back then. You know, I didn't follow him, but I knew who he was. But that's how I discovered Heggy on YouTube. I discovered Heggy on YouTube because of all sorts of people that would, like talk about the same topics he talked about, which was, exposing this, exposing that, like, it, you know, uh, just like back in the day, YouTube was a different place. Oh, hey, what's up? Hey, baby, I'm still having problems with it. Don't worry about it. We can go live together next time. Just long as you're here, that's all that matters. As long as you're in the chat, that's all that matters. I'm not complaining. You tried, it ain't your fault. But yeah, but Heggy Rants, man, I would love to see him come back. I used to watch all kinds of like videos on him back in the day and the triggered stuff. I mean, those were really great times. I just don't understand why he had so much beef with everybody. I mean, there was Edward Hubbard and there was all these different people, and then there was Green Dream, there was TCB, there was all these different dudes. Of course, I didn't really follow all that stuff, like because I like I said I used to watch his stuff back in the day, but that was like when he started doing the podcasting, I wasn't really quite watching him then. Okay, you'll be back, dude. All right. But I wasn't like the thing is I wasn't really watching him when he was doing the triggered stuff. Like I've seen it on YouTube back in the day, but I never really watched it. See, the videos I watched of Heggy was just the ones with Heggy in them. Like let me just say this. Like for example, I would just watch the videos that mostly consisted of basically just him in the videos, just him. And the videos with just him in it were really just him talking about other YouTubers and stuff of that sort. So those were the videos I really got hooked on, were just the videos where he was just ranting and raving about every other YouTuber out there and whatnot. So, and then later on is when I watched a few of the triggered stuff, but I actually just started getting into the triggered stuff back in like last year is when I started getting into it. So, yeah, I'll be back. I'm gonna check something out. Where the hell did everybody go? The fuck? I don't know why this keeps. Okay, for anyone that's still here, like, okay, all right, you're still here. Good, good, good. I was thinking I lost you for a minute, and I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, what were we talking? Oh yeah, we're talking about Heggy rants. Yeah, like I said, when I was watching Haggy Rants, it was really just him. And I didn't follow the whole Edward Hubbard feud back in the day, but I saw maybe a handful of like clips. But mostly the videos I focused on were the videos where he was talking about McJuggernuggets being fake, my kid behind a camera, Angry Grandpa being fake. But then him and Michael made up, and then they started being friends and whatnot, which I didn't really quite get that, but whatever. So there's videos that I remember that of Aggie rants that are probably not even on YouTube now. Like, as in, re-uploaded shit. Like, there was a video many years ago, and I think I've told you this before. There was a video many, many, many years ago. You can't find it anymore. Where he was talking about Pizza Hut, or no, was it pizza? No, it was No, it was Little Caesars, and how their pizza tastes like garbage, and how they would give him these coupons after he would come in and make a complaint about how shitty their pizza was and how it tastes like crocodile asshole and polar bear shit. And he was just like really like going down on Little Caesars because like you remember Little Caesars back in like 2014, 2015. Their pizza and their ingredients really fucking suck. Like their pizza now is good, but their pizza then was like the ingredients was nasty. I think that's because over the years they got too many complaints on how bad their fucking product was, and then they just kind of like switched the ingredients. Because before I couldn't even eat Little Caesars. Like I fucking hated Little Caesars. Sorry, I meant yeah. I remember you told me about it. Yeah, yeah. Of course you do. I know you remember. You remember it. Yeah, absolutely. I really wish I could find the video for you. It was hilarious. Like like I would come home from school. I would have had it been maybe like in the 8th grade. So like 8th grade year, 9th grade year. So I would have probably said I discovered Haggy Rants probably back in like 2000, like late 2014, early 2015, and then 2016. But like 2017, I didn't follow him. Like I simply did not. Yeah, I know you hated their pizza. Fuck everybody hated their pizza, but I didn't follow Haggy Rants in 2017. Like late 2014, 2015, and all that shit. Like, yeah. Yeah, I remember he made a video years ago where he was like mocking the Pawn Stars guys. It was so fucking fun. Like, back in the day, this dude used to make like videos that were like most YouTubers, they put all this editing and all this software bullshit. Like, he wasn't like that when he started out. Like, he would just make normal videos, like, with nothing in them, but just him ranting and kind of just talking about other YouTubers. But there was just something about him that was just so funny and just so interesting. And it's just, I don't understand why he had to leave YouTube, why the drama with all the Hubbard shit, you know, eventually kind of ended his career on this platform. It's just like, you know, if he wouldn't have been getting into it with all his co-hosts and having to fire people and then replace people, he probably would have made a very good, successful career here on YouTube. I mean, Heggy Ransel was a really interesting, funny guy. Like he was like a comedian of YouTube. I mean, the topics that he would discuss to some people they wouldn't find it, too interesting, because it was just a bunch of YouTube drama, but it was fucking hilarious. It was funny. And I just don't get it. Like now people are using his name. Like there's this dude named Cowpoke and there's this dude named Dave 25. I don't even know who the fuck they are. And they're calling them, they're using Haggy Rance's name. And I went on Twitter. Um I do have a Twitter account, but I don't use it. hardly. Like, I don't use social media. I only use YouTube, but I did a while back signed up on X, but I don't have the app. I have to log in through the app through Google just because I want to read all the stuff, like, what President Trump is tweeting about. And, like, I don't have the app. I just, like, I have it through Google. So, anyway, so yeah, I got on X. Was it today or yesterday? No, I want to say it was like last night, I guess. So, I guess yesterday. And I was like, seeing that Michael, kid behind the camera, was tweeting out something about some dude named Dave 25 calling himself Heggy Rants. And he said in the tweet, he's like, so you think you're Heggy Rants? And why you calling yourself Heggy Rants or some shit like that? Anyway, I went on X and I tried to find his account. Like, Heggy Rants don't even have an account. Like, it's like he's just gone off the face of the earth. I don't know. I like I don't have Twitch, and you have to like pay to watch his videos, and I don't like have money, and I'm not going to spend money just to watch his videos when I can just go on YouTube and watch his old shit for free that are like from 7 8 years ago. That's fucking still funny to this day. Like, I just advise anybody that's watching, go look up some of the old Triggered podcast shows and the old, Three Shoots Live podcast. They are fucking hilarious. It's worth watching. Just to get kind of the thrill of the entertainment and stuff. It's something funny to laugh to, when they talk about funny shit and they do these prank phone calls. But they, like, see, they don't do just like prank phone calls. They do other shit. They talk about, other shit. They're really funny. Or should I say was funny. But like, I don't know where everyone's at today. I don't know. Like I said, I just started finding out about all the triggered shit. I would watch on YouTube. Yeah, I know. They're old videos and stuff that are still up. Yeah, I know. Of course, Haggy Rants don't have a YouTube channel. He has a thing called, like, it's called Haggy Rants Archive, but the channel itself is just compiled of old videos that some other person re-uploaded, and the channel just happens to be called Haggy Rants Archives. You know, it's kind of sad just to see a YouTuber that was kind of as popular as he was just kind of fade out of sight like he did. Oh, what's up, man? Austin. Yeah, we're still talking about Haggy Rants, man, and how just how funny and how entertaining of a guy he really was here on YouTube. And I was, like I said, I must have been about 14 or 15. That would have been back in like 2015, 2016 when I first discovered him. Because I'm 25 now, so yeah, age is catching up with me. And like I said, there's going to be a handful of people that remember him. There's going to be a handful of people that don't remember him. But he was something else. Nice, he was, man. Yeah, no, he really was, man. Haggy Rance was the shit. Like you said, he was just very entertaining to watch. And it wasn't just prank phone calls, and it was just a variety of different topics and discussions. I mean, these were guys that were having fun, that were going and doing podcast stuff and drinking, getting drunk with buddies, and just having a blast, man, having a time. It was just, I would love to do that. How fucking cool would it be if I did something similar like that, like where I had my own, podcast show or whatever, and I partnered up with YouTube and other YouTubers, and we just got on there and started bullshitting about all kinds of topics and getting drunk and just having a blast, man. How fucking cool would that be? That Luke, the pranksters. I don't think I've ever heard of them before. Why is that somebody that used to know Heggy Rants? I don't know any Luke. The people that I know that were with Heggy Rants was, like I said, it was Jeff Tutorials. Now I know Jeff Tutorials is still around, but he was one of the first co-hosts back in days. It was Jeff Tutorials, it was Tyndall, and then they got rid of Jeff Tutorials because they had some kind of fallout. But then again, he Hagee had a fallout with everybody. I mean, it wasn't just like he didn't just get rid of Jeff. He replaced Jeff with a guy named Channel One. Now that guy, he ended up keeping for the longest, like Channel One. He got rid of so he got rid of fucking Tyndall because they went on like some vacation or some shit. I remember back in the day seeing something where they went to the beach or something back in the day. And then I guess afterwards they had like some kind of fallout or something. Then he got rid of fucking Tyndall. And then it was just him and Channel One. And then he got Green Dream on board. Then he got rid of him. And then it was this TCB guy. Which I don't remember who that I don't really remember who TCB is. I guess he was just some other YouTuber. But like I said, it'd be awesome for Heggy Rants to come back and all that because I've been watching all this old re-uploaded shit that other people are re-uploading of his archives and stuff, and it's just like it's just funny to like listen to, and it's hard to believe that that was like 7 years ago, man. And now this is like what 2026, and it's just like man, imagine where he would be at now if he was still on YouTube now doing the triggered stuff, man. Where do you live? Where do I live? I live in Arkansas. That's where I live. I won't say the name of the town for, you know, because it's confidential. I don't want people to know which town I live in, but I'll just say the name of the state. It's Arkansas. But I'm not going to give out the town. I'm just going to say Arkansas and leave it at that. And I'm not going to give out who I actually am. You can just call me Ranger because that's what I go by. And you know why I call myself Ranger? Because you ever heard of the old TV show The Lonely Ranger? It's a black and white cowboy western. That's why I call myself the Lonely Ranger. I thought the show was pretty cool. I was flipping through my TV one day and saw it, and I was like, "Huh, Lonely Ranger. I kind of like that." I used to go by the American Ranger, but I had to stop using that name because people started thinking I was some kind of veteran. I'm not a veteran, so you know. So I just call myself the Lonely Ranger, because there's a TV show called Lonely Ranger. Just so you know. Oh, you're from Ohio? Hell yeah! Hey, do you know a dude named Ian Samuelson? I used to know a guy named Ian Samuelson up there. He was kind of like this emo dude I used to talk to back in the day. He had like long hair, and he would always say "dude." He would say "dude" a lot. He'd be like, "Dude." He was an old online buddy from like Facebook back in like 2019 or some shit. You don't if you know Ian Samuelson, you'll know what this guy looks like. He's got like kind of black hair and it's like on the side of his face. I don't know if he still looks like that. I haven't heard from him in years, but he wears all these band t-shirts, studded belts, like he's into like arcade shit. Like I don't know if you know him. What? No, you don't. Do you really? How do you know him though? You're 17. This dude's like my age. Well, I think he's my age. Well, like last I remember in 2019, I was 18. He was fuck. How old was he? I think he was the same age as me. I think. I don't think you know who he is. I'm not trying to call you a liar or say you're bluffing, but I don't think you know who this guy is. Wait. That was right around the same time I last heard from him. Wait, you actually know him? That's really. Don't go more into detail. Like no, go more into detail because just want to make sure you're not bullshitting me. Not accusing you of bullshitting me. I just go ahead. Go more into detail about him, and then I'll know if you're telling the truth. I mean, I don't want to accuse anyone of lying, but at the same time, I want to see if this is legit. So go ahead. I'll just wait for you to type something. And what do you mean by them? I'm normally talking about him. You said them. Who's them? I'm talking about one person, Ian Samuelson from Ohio. God, I remember like you oh Cincinnati girl who's in the chat. She knows who I'm talking about because I used to tell her stories about him. Of course, she never got to meet him, but yeah, the last person I dated knew who he was because the last person I dated used to actually, I think, date him. Boy, Facebook was like the wild, wild west back in the fucking day. I shit you not. Like, I shit you not. Facebook was seen. I have message. Let me go look at them. I'll copy and paste them. Okay. I mean, all right. Not sure what you're talking about, Austin, but okay. I mean, you you keep referring to them. I don't know who them is. I'm talking about one person. You said you're from Ohio and asked you if you knew who Ian Samuelson is, but you're saying something that you're saying them, and I'm like, who's them? I I think that dude's bullshitting. That Austin guy, I think he or she is bullshitting me. First, this person says they're 17, and they say they're from Ohio. Then they say they know the person I'm talking about. I don't know how legit they're being right now with me because I think that they could just be bullshitting me. Like I get the fact that this person says they're from Ohio, but just because you're from the same state as someone that I used to know does not necessarily mean you know them. I don't fucking know. Can't really believe anyone on the internet anyway unless they show fucking proof. But this is fucking YouTube, so I don't know how they're going to show me proof. It's not like he can send me a direct message and send me a photograph. So and then he says he knows Heggy Rants. Like, come on. There's no way a 17-year-old knows who the fuck that is unless they were old enough to remember, but I don't even think that that's the case. You would have had to been like my age back in 2016, 15 to remember who he is. Like I said, there's a lot of bullshitters on the internet, but I don't know. I'm not going to argue with some fucking, you know, stranger who's claiming to know people I know from like 6 years ago. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Like, let me just read this comment real quick. I'm gonna recap this. Read this. So I haven't seen him since my dad knew them in 2020. So I don't know if he's like I don't know if he's referring to his family. I don't know who the fuck who he's referring to when he says them. Okay, three people. What's up to my three watchers right now? If any of y'all think this Austin guy is bullshitting me, type K in the chat. If you think this Austin person's bullshitting me, type K in the chat. Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know either. Because anyone can claim this and claim that. That it doesn't prove how legit their story is unless they show proof. And like I said, I don't know how he's gonna prove it on the fucking stream. I don't know how he's gonna fucking prove this shit. I mean, you gotta really fucking prove this shit. You can't be like, oh yeah, I know this person. Well, fuck, anyone can say that. Anyone can say they know anyone, but it's not about what you're claiming to be true. It's where's the proof? Like where's the actual fucking proof? You actually know the person I know and the person I'm talking about. Okay? There's no way somebody who claims to be 17 is going to know someone I knew from 6 years ago, because if you count back to 6 7 years ago and somebody who's 17 right now knowing someone that's like our age, it just seems that would just seem humanly impossible. I mean, and note, just because you're from Ohio does not mean you know everybody from Ohio. Like for example, I'm from Arkansas. I don't know every motherfucker here unless I grew up with them in the town that I born and raised in. But this person's like wanting to know which town. I'm like, I'm not going to tell you the town. I'll tell you the state, but I ain't going to tell you the town that I'm in, because number one, I don't know if you're a fucking cop or a narc or some shit like that. And if you are a cop or if you're a narc, then get the fuck out of my stream. Because I don't give a shit what you have to say and what you're trying to sell me, because you're invading my fucking privacy. You know, I don't appreciate undercover cops going on my live stream and fucking trying to persuade some bullshit with me and play this little fucking game and try to get me to confess to things and talk, and you go fuck yourself. Like seriously, you say like, yo, Austin, I don't know if you're listening, dude. If any more like shit comes out of your mouth where you're gonna just keep saying yeah to everything, then I'm gonna kick your ass out of the stream, because you can't expect to jump on here and try to bullshit me into thinking that you know everything I know, because that's just horse shit. Like you're 17, I'm 25. I've lived a longer life than you have. My life is still going. I'm still young, but you're younger, and I can smell bullshit from a mile away. So don't get on here and be like, "Hey, I know what you're talking about." Like first you claim to know the YouTuber I'm talking about, which I don't even see how that's possible, considering the person I'm talking about has been off YouTube for almost like 6 7 years now. And number 3, you say you're from Ohio, and I happen to ask you a question about someone I knew from Ohio, then you claim to know them. How the fuck are you going to prove that? Once sent, I have messages. Let me go look at them, and I'll copy and paste them. Yeah, but how am I going to be able to fucking see them? It's fucking YouTube. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how are you going to prove the proof? Okay, you're at the airport and you're claiming to know somebody I know from fucking 6 7 years ago, and all you couldn't even give me. Okay, let me ask you this: what was the name of the band? What was the name of his band? Like he didn't have a band, but he was going to start a band. What was the name of it? Give me some better shit. Give me some better shit on how you know the same guy I know. Describe some shit about him. Because if you don't, I'm going to throw your ass out of here and block you. You can't bullshit me and be like, "Yo, dude, I know who you're talking about, man." What, coincidentally, you know what I'm talking about? Like everything that I talk about and said on the stream, you said, "Oh, I know this person. I know that person." How? What are you, a fucking fortune teller? Can you read people's thoughts? I'm at the airport. Yeah, you're at the airport, but you're on someone's live stream. Yo, you know what? Since you claim to know
Ian Samuelson, can you go fetch him for me? Tell him that I'm live. Yeah, yeah, do that if you can, Mister Fucking Austin. I know everybody, know everything. Like I'm, yeah, like you're some fortune teller. Like you can just read people's thoughts. Like what the fuck are you, Charles Xavier from the X-Men? Yeah, dude, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know your every thought. I know everything you know. So if I claim to step in cow shit, would you know that there was cow shit that I stepped in, or would you identify it as horse shit? Huh. And look, he fucking left. I am not no fucking dog. Make me me. Didn't you claim to fucking know who fucking Ian Samuelson is? Yeah, okay, let's get this fucker out of here. Let's see here. Uh, okay. No more from that jackass. Yeah, I know he's bullshitting me. And I guess what? I just kicked him out. You know what? I'll make you my moderator. If you want to be my moderator, you can be my moderator. But yeah. Okay, you're my moderator now. If any more fucking idiots show up and they say stupid shit, click on their little bubble and you should see a thing that says um, you should be able to remove them, remove their comment. If anybody comes in here and says stupid shit, you be able to remove them. Just click on their little picture icon, and you'll find something that says remove. So just remove any idiots. Any idiots come in here, remove them. You're my moderator. Yeah, you're my moderator. So if we get any more fucking trolls or any more bullshitters coming in the stream, you will be able to remove them. Like I said, click the fucking bubble. Yeah, just click the bubble and then you can put remove. You can remove their comment or okay, there's two options. You can hold on, let me check. So there's two options. You can hide hide my channel from them, or you can remove them or block them. Either way, you're my okay. Good. You share will. Okay, good. Yeah, you're my mod right now. So you're basically my manager. Like, how are you at the airport, but then you're claiming all this shit? And how are you able to talk to someone if you're at the fucking airport? Like, that is just some straight up bullshit. And you're 17, and you expect me to believe you? Fuck off with that shit. And then he's like, I ain't no fucking dog. It's like, well, I didn't, you know, you are if you're on my stream, you're a fucking dog. So if I tell you to go fetch a bone and get lost, get off, that means get lost. It's like, it's my fucking stream. Yeah, I know you don't mind doing that, lol. I'm just not gonna put up with someone like that who's a nobody coming in here trying to act like they are somebody because they got a low subscriber count. Like I'm not trying to stroke my own ego here and act like I'm like a legit big YouTuber, but that person, if they got less than subscribers than me, they're a nobody. Like I don't claim to be somebody here on YouTube, but obviously I have more subscribers than this whoever that person was. So yeah. That was just fucking stupid. He did get it accurate on that one part where he said 2020, because that was right around the time that we stopped talking. But that, like I said, that could just be coincidental. He's probably guessing a random year or guessing some random shit in his head, and he's just going along with making whatever bullshit comes out just to get me to buy into it. I'm sorry, it don't work that way. I'm not so gullible like I'm just gonna fall for whatever claim you make and go, oh yeah, really? Wow. No. I gotta see evidence before I can believe anything. Well, he was like 10 in 2020. Yeah, exactly. If you're 10 in 2020 and you're 17 now, and then I'm talking about a YouTuber from years ago. We're talking maybe like 2015, 16. There would have been no way because he would have still been in swimming in his dad's testicles or maybe just an infant. There's no way a person that young is gonna remember shit. Oh, we got a second person in here. What's up to my second watcher? I hope you're not that other fuck face that I just kicked out. Just to give y'all some advice, old Miss Cincinnati right here, she'll fucking kick you out if you do anything stupid. So if you're not the same person that was already kicked out a half-ass hour ago, you can come on here and say what's up if you want. Yeah. He's just bullshitting me. He's just bullshitting me. He wouldn't know somebody that's like close to our age, especially if he was like 9 or 10 back then. Or whatever fucking age, you know. For all we know, that person could have been a grown ass pedophile or some weird fuck on the internet, you know, because the internet's got a lot of weirdos on it. So I wouldn't doubt it if he was just some fucking weirdo. And look, I will one day get like better audio equipment. Like I'm just walking around in my room with my camera turned off on my phone because I'm about to go to the gym later on today. But, once I get a job, I can start affording things and getting equipment and getting this and getting that because I mean, if I get hired somewhere and I'm working part-time and I feel like I'm not making enough, I'll switch it over to full-time. Yeah, I might lose my benefits, but fuck it. I want the money. I want the job. So if the part time doesn't do it, and I go on and do full time, and I lose my benefits from what I get from SSIs, well then fuck it. Maybe I won't have to work full time. Maybe part time will just be more suitable for me if I like it. Like it says you could do like about 5 or 6 hours while living on disability, which is kind of freaking sweet. Because for most people, they might think, well, 5 or 6 hours, I can do more than that. Yeah, but 6 is close to 7, close to 8. 6 hours isn't bad. Yeah, they'll take some chunks out of my shit, but I don't care if I get to meet people, and I think that's all that matters. If I get to meet people and work, that's all that matters. I get out there and I live. I'm planning on going to church and all that stuff. Even knowing I'm not a Christian, I'm not religious. Everybody knows I'm an atheist, and I'm 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 well. I got it well out there of what I am online because that's watched my shit is aware of what I am. But when I say go to church, I don't mean go to church as in for religious beliefs. I mean just go to church for the simple fact that it's a way to meet people. It's a way to get connected with others around you, not in the spiritual manner or in the religious, way, but in just the way of getting to know people. I like I said, I'm not doing it for God. I'm not doing it for Jesus. I'm not doing it for any, like I said, religious practice whatsoever. I am just doing it just for the regard of just getting to meet folks. Because church, you can meet all kinds of people. And 9 times out of 10, some of the people that go to church are either there because of their grandparents or because of their mom or their dad or father, because they're dragged into the shit. Even as an adult, there's guys that are not religious that got religious wives or husbands or whatever that drag them into the shit. But I'm not being dragged. No one's dragging my hand into coming into church. I'm choosing to go to church just for the fact that I want to kind of meet people and be somewhat active. It's better than being isolated in a fucking room. So I don't want to just say these things. I want to fucking actually do these things and just change my whole life around. Like, yeah, I have a Bible. Yeah, I read it. I just don't, you know, I just don't pour my life into it because it's a book, it's a story, just like anything else. It's no different than a Stephen King novel or a fucking comic book. The Bible is a man-made story. We all know that. But just like with any book, you read it and you learn not from it, but you just learn what's in it. So, I just learn what's in it. I'm not for the Bible. I don't believe the Bible. Don't give a shit about the Bible. Fucking care less about the Bible, but I just have a Bible just like any book. I read it like any book. You know? I don't pour my heart and soul into it. I don't care about it. I just own it to own it. Just to study, not for the religious practices, just to study it, like just to study the fucking Bible. Like I could give two flying monkey shits, but anyway, that's besides the point. I think it'll be good that you're going to go to church. Yeah, I'm going to go to church, guys, but not for the religious way. Not for the religious value, not for Jesus, not for God, not for any of that. It's just so I could meet some of the local community people around here, maybe make a friend or two, just kind of live, just live, have a positive outcome in my life, not with God, not with all that crap, but just to get out there, just to see what life has in fold for me. I'm not for it either, but I really just have more no. Yeah, I just have more knowledge than to go by a book's perspective or what a book story tries to dictate. I'm all about evidence. I'm like I said, I've been an atheist my whole life, but like I said, yes, I own a Bible, but I don't own it to practice it. I don't own it to believe it. I have it just to read it. Just like any ordinary fucking book, I have it just to read it. If something ever happened to my Bible, I could care less. I mean, it's not something I hold dearest to my heart or any bullshit. Like I could, it's just any ordinary book. It's just any ordinary book. It's just something you read. It's something you study. Not for you know, yeah. If something ever happened to it, I could always replace it and get another one because they make dime a dozen of those fucking books. It's just I think the reason I wouldn't want something happen to it because it's got my name on it. You know, yes, I own a Bible. Yes, I'm an atheist. Yes, it's got my name on it. But I'm not the only person of the non-religious side that owns a fucking Bible. There's all kinds of people that are not Christians that own fucking Bibles. And plus, there's so many different versions of it. And I've read the Holy Bible. I've read the James King version. I've read, I've looked into other religions, and I don't find the shit fascinating. I just read it. I just read it just to read it. It's kind of like I'm not a Marvel fan, but I will read Marvel comics. But I will much prefer DC over Marvel. It's kind of like that with the Bible. It's kind of like that with all religions. Like I don't prefer any religion because it's all man-made, and religion has caused so much death and so much genocide, and it's all complete hoax, and it's all bullshit used to trick the human mind to install fear and control and all this other crap. You know, like I said, I don't let a manual script dictate my life or a fucking, and I don't like, I don't go by, I don't know what the fuck is going on with the stream, but what I'm getting at is, sorry, I got distracted. I don't buy into a story. It takes a lot more than a fucking story, especially like the Bible that's been switched so many fucking times, and there's so many different versions of it. How do you exactly know which one's the? And it's not about knowing. It's not about believing. It's about where's the fucking proof. If this shit that it's claiming actually happened, where's the proof? It takes more than a fucking story to make me feel like I'm convinced. I'm sorry. The Bible does not convince me of shit. It just shows that it's just like any ordinary book that you pick up and read. You could not be a fan of a certain author, but you could pick up the book and still read it. Cause hey, why not? It's better than looking at the fucking wall. It's better than not doing anything. Just read it. Just don't go by it. I mean, don't go by what it says. Just read it. Just to read it. Like just study it, but don't study it to the point where you want to be a follower of it. I'm not into the whole you know occult thing and all that shit. Yeah, you do too. Exactly. The Bible's not a book I like. It's just a book I read. And there's a dime a dozen of them. And it's a book that it's very tricky to the human mind because there's so much contradiction in it. There's so much bullshit in it that just sounds so outrageous. But it's fun to read just to like kind of like look at some of the shit it says and then kind of laugh at it like wow. And then there's a lot of sadistic shit in it too, like sacrificing animals and people and eating flesh and normalizing cannibalism and normalizing rape and all. It's just awful shit. But is it shit that I believe? No, it's not shit that I believe, but it's shit I just read because it's so wacky and so unreal that it blows my mind that people actually believe that the fucking Bible they look at it like, oh man, this story is so legit when it's really fucking not legit. You know, because if it was so legit, then how come we don't have fossil evidence to back it up or anything like that? Or exactly like these Christians don't really think with logic. They just throw it out the fucking window. Like they don't. They obviously don't live in reality. I live in reality. I mean, if you think your religion benefits you in some sort of way and it helps you get through your struggles, well, that's good. But what works for you doesn't work for me. So that's what I'm saying. Like I do end up going to church. I'm not going to church for all the same fucking reasons everyone else is. I'm just going just to go. Just to see what people, because you never know. There might be someone there that's fucking cool, that's a nerd like me and that likes, shit besides religious shit. Like I don't like I'll make it clear like, hey, I'm not religious. And then if they say, well, why are you at this church? Just trying to see what what's all out there in society, just trying to see, well, what people are living among our fucking world. Church doesn't always have to be about God, doesn't always have to be about religion. It's just about getting to meet people, really. But if you are going for God, if you are going for religious beliefs and whatever, but that's not why I'm going. I'm just going because I'm just seeing for myself what it's like if I can meet people. Because, see, the last time I went to church, I made it fucking clear that I was an atheist. I made it clear I don't believe in the shit. And still never going to be convinced that there's a floating Casper in the sky that's keeping score with all of us humans down here. I mean, that's just like some power trip shit. But other than that, to each their own. Like I said, I'm not trying to throw boundaries out the window and insult anyone's belief, but I'm just saying that's through my perspective. I'm allowed to have that opinion. But in accordance to everything, yeah. Last time I went to church was with it was kind of like a youth church. And I mean, no one tried to, press their religious idealism on me or anything like that. I mean, like, they were very respectful. They kept themselves at a distance away from me. I made it fucking clear I didn't want anyone touching me. And if anyone does ever fucking say, if I ever do and they ever do come like within 2 or 3 feet in front of me, I'm gonna tell them, like, whoa, personal space, personal space. You know? It's kind of funny in school. They always told us, like 6 feet apart and shit. But then, like, they would come 6 feet. Like, the teachers, like, if you got in trouble, they would invade your bubble, like invade your space. But then they would tell other students not to do that, because they're fucking hypocrites. I tell you this much: if I was in school today and I'd be the age I am now, 25, and some fucking teacher got in my face, I'd tell them to back the fuck up. I don't give a shit if they're a woman or a guy. Because when you're 25 and you're an adult, you don't have to worry about school and all that other bullshit. That's why I said I'm glad I'm not in school. And yeah, you can make it in this world without a high school diploma. You just won't get to be a doctor or a lawyer or anything big like that. But that's also for that. That's more of college, but still, high school diplomas don't fucking matter. A paper showing that you've completed 3 years of high school, or in some states 4 years or whichever, that it don't mean shit, man. A piece of paper just with your name on it confirming you went to school, that shouldn't matter. Like, if you're smart, you're intelligent, and you carry yourself good, I think that's all that matters. That if you know the rights and the wrongs and the don'ts and the know-hows, I think that's all that matters. I don't think for one less of a second, I don't think high school diplomas really matter unless you want some big paid job or some shit like that. You know, I'm fine with working at a fucking restaurant. I'm fine with working in a kitchen and keeping shit simple. I'm fine with that. I don't care if I work at a fast food chain or whatever. And I sure as fuck ain't going back to no factories, but I'm just saying I don't mind working at a Burger King or at a Slim Chicken. I don't give a fuck. A job's a job. Who gives a fuck if it's minimum wage or not? Maybe you want to invest in something bigger and much larger than a Taco Bell or a McDonald's, or, well, fuck McDonald's, but I'm just saying, if you want to invest in something much larger, whatever. But if I want to work at the BK my whole fucking life, and if I want to work full time, lose my benefits, go from part time to full time, and then lose my benefits, that's my fucking business, okay? But right now, I kind of need my benefits, and right now, I kind of need my SSI. But you know what? I can work 5 or 6 hours. Why being on disability? So that's good. That's really fucking good. I just can't work anything over 6 hours. Like, I can't do 7 or 8 because then they'll cut my disability. But I think I can do at least about 5 or 6 hours, or maybe just 4 or 5. But hey, it's not about the hours. It's about the fact that I'm getting paid. $11 might not seem like shit to you, but it might, for a person like me, it might mean something to me because hey, it's fucking money. And you can always save up. So regardless of what anyone thinks, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Oh. But I think we've come to an end on the stream. I gotta charge my phone and everything else, so I think I'm gonna get off here and kind of say ta for now, okay? Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you like. And if anyone later sees this stream, watches my shit later, subscribe, like, and peace. Bye, guys.